Are you thinking about getting your real estate license in Utah, but you just don't know where to start? Well, in this video, I'm going to go through a complete step-by-step guide so you know exactly what steps to take in order to get your license and start your career. My name's Chris. I'm a licensed real estate agent, team leader, and also a real estate coach that's been able to help hundreds of people get their license and start their new career. Before we dive into this video, make sure to get our real estate license starter kit. Everything in this video, plus a lot more, is inside that guide. I think you'll really like it. Click the link down in the description below. It's completely free to download and there's a ton of useful information inside that guide. Also, by the way, down in the description below, you're gonna find a link to my favorite real estate school. The reason I love this school so much is that they actually offer a pass or don't pay guarantee. And the reason this is so important is many schools don't offer this, and they really stand behind what they teach, and they really believe they can help you pass the exam. So if you want to check their classes out, there is an affiliate link down below where you'll be able to find different sales and discounts on their classes. So make sure to check that out as well. Okay, so let's dive into some of the basic requirements to get your license in Utah. First one is you must be 18 years old or older, and you must have a high school diploma or a GED. Another requirement is you must be a legal US citizen or resident. And another thing to note is that if you have something on your record that might prevent you from getting licensed, such as a felony, I would highly suggest you reach out to the Real Estate Commission ahead of time because this may hold you back from getting your license. The next step is completing your real estate pre-license education. In Utah, you're required to complete 120 hours of state-approved pre-license education. And yes, I know, 120 hours can be a ton of time to sit in a classroom, especially if you have a busy lifestyle or just a full-time job that takes up a ton of your time. But the good news is you can do these classes online or in person. But I actually recommend you check out the online option because they're much more flexible and you still get all the great things like the in-person classes have, such as the support, the mentorship, and the teachers that are going to be there holding your hand, helping you through this process. But the good thing about online classes is that they're just much more flexible and you don't have to spend all that time driving back and forth to an actual physical location and spending time there. So online classes can be a great option if you have a busy lifestyle and you still want to get the same support and mentorship going through these classes as you do in a physical classroom. Now, during these classes, you're going to learn a ton of great things. You're going to learn real estate math, real estate financing, real estate law. This is all stuff that you're going to use when you're in the field practicing real estate. So definitely make sure to pay attention. Also, you're going to need all this information to pass your real estate exam, which a lot of people unfortunately fail. So make sure you pay attention during these classes because first of all, you're going to learn a lot of great things. And second, you're going to need this information to get through your real estate exam. And that takes us to step number 3, which is scheduling and passing your real estate exam. In Utah, the exams are held by PSI exams. And the best way to schedule this is to go on their website or just give them a call. Just make sure to give them at least 24 hours notice. Now, when you get to the testing center on test day, you're going to want to bring a couple basic things. The first thing is a basic non-scientific calculator for the math portion of the exam. And you're also going to want to bring 2 forms of identification. This can be a passport, a debit card, a credit card, a driver's license. All these things will work. Just make sure to bring 2 forms of identification. Now, once you get into the testing center, you're probably wondering what to expect and what to actually prepare for. And just to give you a quick preview, when you get into the testing center, you're going to be met with the exam itself, which is all multiple choice. And that's the good news, is that the exam is multiple choice, which makes it a little less stressful and a little more easy. But don't get too laid back on this thing because a lot of people still fail, and I want you to succeed. So I want to give you some quick tips. The very first one is don't rush through this exam. The exam itself, you have plenty of time to complete it. So if you rush through it, you're setting yourself up for failure. Now, I know it's multiple choice and you probably think it's going to be super easy, but just know that these questions are written in a way that can be a little bit tricky. Now, they don't do this to trick you. They don't want you to fail, but they do want you to understand the context and the content of the things that they're asking you. Keep in mind, they're about to give you a real estate license to go sell properties that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars. So this is a serious thing, and you really have to take this exam seriously if you want to pass it. So make sure to read each question multiple times before you finally submit your answer so that you can really digest what they're asking you and give yourself the best chances of passing this exam. Now, the exam itself actually consists of two different exams. You have a state portion and a national portion. Now, you have to pass both of these exams in order to move on to the next step. Now, if you pass one and fail the other, you can always come back and retake the one that you failed. So that's the good news. Now, a passing score for these exams is 70% or higher. Now, if you did fail the exam, don't give up yet because so many people quit here and they miss out on a great opportunity because I know so many top agents in my market that failed this exam multiple times and they went on to become super successful real estate agents. So just because you failed once doesn't mean you're going to be a bad agent. In fact, even if you fail multiple times, it doesn't mean you're going to be a bad agent. It just means you have to study harder and give this thing another try. Now, if you did pass the exam, definitely take some time to celebrate because this is a huge milestone and you're one step closer to getting your license. The next step is completing your background check and fingerprinting. In Utah, this is done by the Utah Bureau of Criminal Identification. And this step must be done before you actually apply for your license. Which takes us on to the next step, which is applying for your real estate license. In Utah, you must apply for your license through the Utah Division of Real Estate. And the way we do this is we take everything we've done so far and we're gonna package it up with our license application. So we're gonna get our proof that we completed our state-approved pre-license education classes. We're going to get proof that we passed our real estate exam, and we're also going to get our fingerprinting and background check, get all that information together, and then we're going to send it out with our license application. Once that's done, it's time to move on to the next step, which is choosing your sponsoring broker. Now, this step is a lot of fun, but it's also very serious because if you don't pick the right brokerage, you're probably not going to get the right mentorship, and you could set yourself way back, and worst case scenario, you might fail out of the business. So let me give you some quick tips and questions to ask when choosing your first brokerage. The very first one is what kind of mentorship and training do you provide for brand new agents that join your brokerage? Do I have a mentor that I'm going to be assigned to one-on-one that can answer my questions and help me through my first deals? Or am I just kind of on my own? And also ask, what kind of classes and training do they have specifically for brand new agents? This is very important because if they just have generic classes for anybody, they might not pertain to you as a brand new agent that's trying to get their business off the ground. You might not be able to relate to somebody that's been in the business for 10 years. You want something that's going to get your business off the ground and get you on a fast track to success. The next question to ask is, how are you going to help me find clients and market my business? Did you know the majority of real estate agents fail out of this business because they can't figure out how to get new clients? Well, you want to handle this right off the bat. And you want to ask them how they're going to help you market your business. And you want to make sure they're going to teach you a way that's in alignment with the way that you want to grow your business. Now, every brokerage is going to give you different guidance, mentorship, and training, but you want to go to the one that most aligns with your personality. Also, if you want real estate leads, which can be a powerful way to grow your business as a new agent, you might want to ask if the brokerage offers that, or if they have real estate teams within the office that you can apply for, because this can be a great way to launch your career if you're willing to put the work in. And the last question to ask is about the commission splits and the monthly fees. Now, let's dive into the monthly fees first. Monthly fees are one of those things that really chew into your savings as a new agent. And I would ask this question as one of the main focal points of joining a brokerage. Because when you're brand new and you don't have sales coming in, getting charged a monthly fee, regardless if you're selling or you're not, can get really expensive really quick. Now, every brokerage is different. Some brokerages have no monthly fee. Others can be upwards of a couple $100s per month. So make sure to ask this question ahead of time. The next question to ask is the commission splits. Now, don't get hyper focused on these because it's not the most important thing, but it is an important thing. You're a business owner now and you want to ask these questions. So commission splits are one of those things where you want to make sure that you're getting down to the bottom line. And the best way to ask this question is say, hey, if I make a $10,000 commission, how much of that do I actually get to keep? And this will cut through all the noise, cut through all the fees, cut through all the royalties, and give you an actual idea of what it's going to cost you to be a part of that brokerage when you actually sell a sale. Now, one thing to note, don't hyper focus on this. because as important as commission splits are, if you're brand new, what's most important is the support, training, and mentorship to get your business off the ground. Because if you don't focus on that, chances are you will probably not sell any sales. And if you do, it's going to be a very small amount. And the split's really not going to make that much of a difference. So I highly suggest you go to a broker that's going to give you the support, mentorship, and training that you need to succeed and worry less about the commission splits. Now that you have all the steps to get your real estate license in Utah, I want to go through the most common questions I get because I'm sure you have questions right now. The first one is, how much does it actually cost to get your real estate license in Utah? Well, I would estimate anywhere between $600 and $1,000. And the reason I have a range, it really depends on what classes you choose, if you decide to upgrade to any exam prep tools, and what brokerage you decide to go with, and if there are any fees that are going to be charged to you for joining that brokerage. So all in all, considering the upside of this career, it's a pretty low startup cost. The next question I get is, how long does it actually take to get your real estate license? Well, I would estimate anywhere between 6 to 12 weeks if you're really motivated and disciplined. You can get through this process pretty quick, and it doesn't have to take forever. Now, if you want to go at your own pace, you totally can, but I would estimate anywhere between 6 to 12 weeks if you really work hard and focus on getting your license. Another common question I get is the real estate exam difficult? And I know I mentioned this a little bit before in the video, and the reality is the exam can be difficult and a lot of people do fail. Some people fail multiple times and some people just fail so much that they quit altogether. But it doesn't have to be this way. There are so many great exam prep tools that can help you study and work through this and build the confidence you need to succeed in this real estate exam. I remember when I was going through this process, I read through a boring textbook over and over and over again, and I was just getting so bored and it just wasn't sticking. So eventually I went out and I found an exam prep tool, and this helped me get the confidence that I needed to succeed on test day. So I highly suggest you check out exam prep tools. The one I recommend is called Compucram. There is an affiliate link down below in the description. You can find that and check that out. I think it will help you build the confidence you need to succeed on test day. And the last question I get a lot is, can I start this career part-time? In fact, I have a whole video on this on the channel, so make sure to check that out as well. But you absolutely can start out part-time. I know so many agents that started this career part-time eventually went full-time and built something really great. And then I know other agents that started part-time and stay part-time and get to help a couple extra clients per year and make extra money. It's really up to you. And that's the best thing about real estate, is that it's entirely flexible and you can build this business the way you want to build it. Whether you want to be full-time and earn a really high income and build a really big business and help a ton of people, or if you just want to be part-time, earn extra money and help people along the way. It's entirely up to you, and that's the best thing about it. So drop in the comment section below what questions you have after I answer these couple questions. I'm sure you have a couple more, so make sure to drop that in the comment section below. And also, if you like the video, smash the like button and subscribe, because they have more content coming your way all about getting licensed and starting your new career. Thanks again for tuning in.